from generation to generation. A legacy forged under the lights. Angels baseball lives on. Welcome to the Todd Fox postgame show.
Final out, no filter. The game's over, but we're just getting started. This is the Todd Fox postgame show. Your home for raw reactions, real talk, callers, comments, and everything Angels baseball. We're handing out the Golden Stamos. And yeah, somebody's taking home the Nacho Night Award. From the opening rant to your calls, nothing's off limits. The Todd Fox postgame show starts right now.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome into a late postgame show after the Cubs and Angels played a day game from Wrigley Field in the bitter cold. I thank you for joining me this evening for a late postgame show. We'll talk about the series that was the Chicago Cubs and look ahead for the weekend. The weekend is offering up the opener at Anaheim Stadium, the Big A. We got that to talk about, so it should be interesting. As it's April Fool's, I might as well give you an April Fool's joke. April Fool's joke, no Stukas. Angels do not win. They lose in Wrigley, and man, oh man, it was a tough one. They lose 6-2. Both teams, well, Chicago down 3-3. The Angels are 3-4. We were really hoping they would come home with a winning record, but that's not to be. The Angels 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. The Cubs finished 6 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. They had multiple opportunities to put this game away. We'll talk about it. I didn't pull any highlights for this one since I was at work, so we won't have those highlights to show you on how they did. But we will just say, hey, you know what? There wasn't much to show. A lot of bad in this game. It was unfortunate because, again, I wanted them to come home with some sort of momentum. Now you're going to be playing a Mariner team, which I think has the same record. I'll have to take a look at that right there. Spritz Me Saucy says also more glove Jack Lopez belongs on this team. Sorry, I've just been getting over a cold, so I know I've been like snorting in the whole thing the last couple shows, so I apologize. The Angels should have. There's a couple guys I wish that were up for the Angels right now. Kyron Paris is one of them. Christian Moore is another one. Lopez should be up here, Saucy says. So there is some players that should be on this team right now because infielding really sucks. I even think right now, what's his name from the third baseman from last year at the end of the year? He played his ass off. He should be back up in here too, but no such luck. The Angels didn't get any kind of like really good hitting put together. And you know what? Let me just get started with I'll actually be on time with my rant slider. So here we go. Hey. I got something to say. And yes, I do. So the opening rant on the show as the Angels go down 6-2 to the Chicago Cubs is this. There have been some bright spots for the Halo offense. You have seen the hitting look a little bit better as far as being patient in the box, meaning they're seeing more pitches. You continue to hear the bragging from Trent Rush the other day when he was like, hey, this team is leading the league in home runs. and it's like, or maybe that was Gubazov. Trent Rush is more like, this is what's going on here. We got a lot of home runs. That's all well and good, but we've seen the same old song and dance. It's like when I asked Perry Manassian at the Chalk Talk, I said, dude, can we get more contact hitting? Can we run the bases? Can we do small ball? And he was saying for sure, he said all the right things. He said that they're going to focus in on more stolen bases, getting guys on base, pretty much valuing contact is what we've been wanting them to do for the last 3 years. We've been wanting them to lay off the launch angle. But if you watch the telecast at all, it's almost of a, wash, rinse, and repeat. It's the same thing over and over because it's all about the launch angle. We're still talking about the exit velocity. And I don't know how many times I have to say this. Before analytics were created, before there was this love affair of how you held the bat, it was just, hey, if you want to take a shot for a home run, you feel it, take that swing. If you need to hit it, make contact to get a hit because the situation, the game expresses you to get on base or to get that hit to drive in the run who's in scoring position, then you tried to do that or swing away or do stuff like that, right? It always came down to situations. And it's almost if I hit a little bleeder that gets into the infield, what is my coach going to come back and be like, you know what? You didn't check this box, Todd. That wasn't hit at 100 miles per hour. That was hit at about 46.5. The fuck is wrong with you? And then it's like if I hit one on the nose, but 95 to 100 miles per hour right at the shortstop. Good job, Todd. No, it's not a good job. I hit it right at somebody. I gotta hit it where they ain't. Where and when did it happen and become acceptable for you not to just hit it where they ain't? Find the hole. Hit it there. Instead, all we care about on a deep-ass fly ball is, well, he hit that ball at a launch angle of 23.5, and it went out at about 102.5 miles per hour off the bat. Did it leave the field? No. Was it caught in the outfield? Yeah. It's an outs and outs and out. Whether I hit it at 20 miles per hour or 100 miles per hour, whether I have the bat square or I have it leaning upward, it doesn't matter. The reason why I bring this up is it was also looked down upon when I played. If you struck out, you don't go back to the bench with your head held high. You don't shake it off. You look at the notes, you look at the scouting report, and you try to do better next time. You got to put that barrel of the bat on the ball. Choke up, do something different. The reason why I'm so mad today, there's two reasons why they lost this game today. And this is why I don't like Kikuchi at number 1 or 2. And he's no better than a number 3 on his best day. You want to know why? He farts around in the zone too much. He doesn't know how to get that strikeout pitch. He overthrows or underthrows his out pitches, and they're usually balls, and the other team knows that, and they know they can go deep on the count with him. And then to top it off, he does what the Angels pitchers did a couple years ago. Sandoval, you had Canning, you had Detmers. 2 years ago, the Angels pitchers were like, oh, we got him 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's hang a curveball over the middle. Let's throw a fastball up and in. Or let's throw something hittable. No, you don't do that when you're ahead of the count. And that's what Kikuchi does. So he either falls behind and has to dig himself out of a bad spot, or he doesn't, he has to just make a mistake and throw one over the middle. Is it the catcher's fault? I don't think so, because other pitchers on the staff are doing much better at that nowadays. So that's problem number 1, because he threw too many pitches, 46 in the third inning, where he gave up the 5 runs, which was pretty much the game. But then again, you don't have to be perfect. You shouldn't have to be perfect, right? So where does the other blame go for today's loss? Easy. The hitting, the contact, the very thing I was talking to you about with the home run, the launch angle, the exit velocity, the focusing on the wrong part. That is what's gotten the Angels. Listen, they said that they were going to cut down on the strikeouts. So far, I call bullshit. 7 games, people. Listen to this stat. 7 games into the season. Guess who once again is leading the league in strikeouts? The Angels. The Angels have 80 strikeouts in 7 games. That's an average of 12 per game almost. 80 strikeouts. They struck out 16 times today. Out of a possible 27 outs, you struck out 16 times. That is more than 50%. That is pushing 70% almost of your at-bats did jack shit. Again, I know strikeouts have gone up because the league doesn't look down on them anymore, doesn't prioritize not striking out. I get it. But to be a winner with a mediocre pitching staff, you must put the ball in play. You must scratch, kick, claw, bite, whatever you have to do to score runs. And by doing that, you need to put your ego aside and start getting hits. And I'll tell you, Mike Trout's first few games, I was like, hell yeah, he's going for singles. I thought he had the most singles, 4, I believe, in Houston, than he had in an entire month out of any month last year. Mike Trout was not a singles hitter at all. Half these guys aren't. But you do have hitters that, believe it or not, can make contact in that lineup. But you have too many of these guys swinging for the fences. And again, they are getting more patient at bats. Don't get me wrong. But they're still not understanding the situation in the game. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. In today's game, late in the game, Mike Trout, Neto gets on base with, I believe, a walk. Mike Trout is next, and he comes up and quickly works the count in his favor 3-0, right? Now, you know what's coming here. They're not going to walk him. Fastball down the middle, he takes a strike. Next pitch, fouls one off. Next pitch, strikes out on a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Down the middle. Why do you think he missed the one that's down the middle, no movement whatsoever, and 91 very hittable? Why do you think he missed it? Uppercut swing. Uppercut swing. You don't think the pitchers know that? That when they get these guys down to get an easy strike, or when they're ahead of the count, or actually when the pitcher is behind in the count. For a guy like Adele, you kind of can trick Adele with a different pitch, a sweeper or a slider. He tends to fish for those for whatever reason. Mike Trout's just a fastball. And it's not that he's late like in years past. And like last year, he was late and he was just fouling him off. This year, he's gone back to some bad traits. Now, he has squared the bat up a few times and got some singles, but in today's game, he went back to, I got to hit a mile. And I don't understand. The entire series, the wind was blowing in. There's no need to shoot for the fences. This was the perfect time to just put the ball in play. Yet you waste almost 70% of your at-bats trying to do some shit that's nearly impossible. I don't care if Ron Washington, Phil Nevin, Joe Madden, Kurt Suzuki, Mike Scioscia, Renee Latchman, and on and on and on and on and on and on. Every manager that's ever come through the goddamn door at Anaheim Stadium. If you continue to do the same shit, you will get the same result with no matter who you have in the lineup. The only difference is if you preach different, if your technique changes and you focus and you put the work in the batting cages to work on, you can't tell me that these guys don't have the time to work on situational hitting. But I don't think that those words are in the vocabulary for our coaches, or they don't emphasize it. Because that situation I just brought up with Mike Trout, with a chance to get back in the game, it was still 5-2. If you're able to get Trout on via walk, but they weren't going to walk him, they threw 3 straight down the middle. So at that point, lay off the hammer and just put it in play. Give yourself a chance at least. What if you hit a dribbler? What if you hit it off the wall? What if you hit a gapper? You'll never know because you're trying to swing for a home run. So besides the errors and stuff like that, this was still a winnable game. You still could have won the game, even with a one bad inning by Kikuchi, even with the error by Trout. You still could have won this game. But this is what frustrates me the most about this team. If Todd Fox is on that bench, I give a big middle finger to the analytics department that's sitting upstairs, first off. And second, if the first time or time and a half through the lineup, we're doing jack shit and we're getting into bad traits, as soon as those guys come back on the field, whether it's the fourth or fifth inning, off the field, and when it's our time to hit, I run up and down the dugout saying, we're changing shit up, we're changing shit up, we're changing shit up. And look for my signal. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what to look for. If we have to go, and no, we don't have time, Skip. We're on a timer. Look at my ass every time you freaking take a swing and get back in the box. You have the time to do it. If we have to go old school with the signs, I will dictate what the fuck you're going to do. These hitters are professional hitters, man. You may see a guy go 0 for 28 and be like, man, that guy sucks. Why is he in the league? Oh, there's a good reason why he's in the league. Because if he plays anywhere else, he will tear that shit up. It's just the talent is a little bit better than he is. Don't get it twisted. These guys can accomplish the things. And I wouldn't look at some of these guys with a lot of speed and be like, yeah, let's have them swing for the fences. Hell no. Let's let them bunt. Let's let them freaking swing away. Let's have them shorten up their swing. And come on, guys. When are we going to learn? When is the madness going to end that this whole experiment with launch angle, exit velocity, not even a close adjustment during the game? You could have easily adjusted in this game as a team. Went up there with different mindsets, depending on who would come in relief for Chicago. And you can't tell me that you wouldn't have cut down on the strikeouts. If you would have given me the opportunity to manage, let's just say, the 6th inning onward, that game would be dramatically different. And I'm not just tooting my own horn. I know so. I know that would have changed. It's frustrating, dude, because it kept doing the same shit. And Chicago was just like, if they're going to keep doing it, we're going to keep doing what we do. And look at the results. Nothing will change, and we will win. They played a short game, and it works. 16 strikeouts. I can't begin to tell you enough how much that pisses me off. I thought we were over this stuff. And again, if this happens once in a while, I'm okay with it. But if we're under 10 strikeouts, meaning if we have 9, if we just averaged 9, I'd be happy. Because it seems like when they averaged 10 or less, last year they had a winning record. Double digits, it was terrible. This team has 80 strikeouts in 7 games. 80. Yeah, not even that would get them going. And again, I like Brady Anderson. I like John Mayberry. Am I jumping the gun and being pissed off? Yes. Should I give them more time to work with this offense? Yes. I'm not asking for them to be fired.
You're fired.
What? I'm not asking for that. But what I am asking for is give us some change. Give us some, again, we've seen a little bit of better at times, but they're still winding up striking out, which is killing. I mean, killing the innings and any chances of a rally. It's super frustrating. So there's only one song I could play that will better encapsulate what's going on with the Angels offense. So let's play this song because I think it needs to be played. Let me get it to the right level because it is kind of loud. It'll kind of drown me out. Let me put it at about 50% or so. This is the song that will best sum up our lineup for today. if it plays. There we go. Zach Neto, 2 for 3, a walk and a strikeout. Mike Trout, 0 for 3, a walk and a run, 2 strikeouts. Joe Adele, 1 for 4. He actually didn't strike out. Soler, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Mancada, 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Peraza, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Candelero, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Darno, 0 for 3, 1 strikeout. Teodosio, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. So you had 16 strikeouts, and this is what I love. So I understand Peraza was hot, and I said this the other night. I said, hey, man, I love him at that 9 spot. Let him continue to kill it right there. Let him kill it, continue to do that so he could flip the lineup to number 1, right? I don't know if Suzuki was watching the post-game show yesterday. Right away, he bumps him up to 6. That is putting too much pressure on a guy who's never hit in his career. He's barely starting to do it now. He was a bust in New York. He was a bust last year. He's finally putting it together now. Why do you fuck with something that's good? I don't understand. Why not just put him back in the 9 hole? Put Candelero where he's at and Darno up. Just bump him up. Like, it doesn't make a lick of sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. So today, there was no way they were going to win this game. No way. No way. Because again, as great a start that Soriano gave the other day, 5 1/3, 5 runs, 6 hits again, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 91 pitches. Because God forbid we let any of these guys throw 100. Yes, you could say, oh, they got screwed by that 1 run. They didn't call the replay fast enough. Okay. But he still gave up other runs. He was still walking guys. Zephyr John, I don't blame. That run came late. Sutter did a good job in relief. But by then it was over. They only left 4 men on base. They weren't able to muster anything because you're too busy striking out. Too busy striking out over and over and over. As weak as the pitching was in the first 5 innings, the bullpen picked it up. And Kikuchi actually left the game 5-2. It wasn't that bad. You had an opportunity still. But you couldn't muster anything else. You just got an Adele RBI and Soler scoring safe on an error. I don't get it. And again, the Cubs aren't pitching with Mark Pryor. They're not pitching with any of their past dominant pitchers. They are pitching with guys that are decent, pretty good. But if you look at the Angels on paper, they're not bad themselves hitting-wise when they make contact. But they're making themselves easy outs. This was definitely a series they could have won. They really could have won this series, and it's very frustrating. So 16 more strikeouts, 80 to lead the league right now. 80 strikeouts to lead the league already. So this is me watching the Angels again.
You fools! Ah! Ah! For real.
This was a Savage Garden night for sure.
I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna drift with you in the sea. I wanna hold you like this forever, till the sky comes crashing down on me.
It is what it is.
Artie's like, we gave it a shot. 16 strikeouts isn't 20. So now I did the math, and about of all the possible outs that we've had all the way up until today. And would you believe the 80 strikeouts with the games that we've played right now? The Angels are striking out at, can you guess the percentage of strikeouts compared to just normal outs, whether it's ground out, fly out, or whatever, force out? They have struck out 42% of total outs. 42%. That is unfathomable. I mean, I don't understand. 42% of your total outs that you've played this year, you have struck out. You get 27 outs per game. Today, they struck out 16 times. You've had a game where you struck out 13 and then 14. The lowest amount of strikeouts was 9. 9. I mean, that is not winning baseball. I don't care who you have pitching. And how does that affect the offense, the lineup? Well, what do you think? You scored 2 runs in 3 games. I mean, per game, you scored 2 runs. That's all you can muster. And you're lucky to get that. I mean, I don't understand how any of this is acceptable, not only to you, the fan, but to me. I mean, listen, I'm a season ticket holder, and I went last year, and I was really looking at one thing for this year to go to the games. And that was, I don't want to sit there, have an entire conversation about baseball with Jim or some fans that are talking with me. The other inning, that inning that I'm watching, the road team, them putting guys on base at least, or prolonging the inning, them almost scoring or them scoring. And then when it's our turn, sometimes I can't even make the restroom and back. They're already playing the music to start the top half of the next inning because our guys are just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. I got annoyed at that shit last year. There's so many times where I actually timed the average inning for the Angels compared to the team that they were playing that particular night, which was Texas. Texas's average inning lasted between 7 to 10 minutes. The Angels averaged 2 to 4 minutes per inning. That was unbelievable. And that's not even with an ace. That's not Evaldi. That's not DeGrom. I even forgot who was pitching that night. He wasn't even that good. But that's the mentality of a team that's just up there flailing away, dude. Flailing away. Listen, I knew there's going to be lumps, and I keep saying it. There's going to be mistakes. Like today, another rookie mistake. Kurt Suzuki should know that there's 15 seconds to challenge a play, and he did not challenge it in 15 seconds, so he lost the challenge, and they would have won that challenge. Would it have changed the inning? Abso-fucking-lutely. But you didn't come through. This is like the 3rd time he's screwed up this season already in 7 games. As a rookie, he's going to mess up a lot more. There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and there's a lot of Kurt Suzuki mistakes to come. That's just the freaking fact of the matter. It's the fact. It's straight up facts. But I was really hoping that no matter what happened this year with the Angels, that we would really focus in on contact and getting hits. And I really am frustrated and trying to give these guys the benefit of the doubt and realizing we're only 7 games in. And again, our boy will say it again because it is damn true when it's talking about this.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
So we do have a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season will start Friday. But there's a lot of baseball left to be played to figure out what kind of team we actually have. Is this a bad start because they're still working out the kinks from the last couple years of stupid preaching, hitting the long ball? Are we going to work on that and get better? Or are we what we are and who we thought we were, and unfortunately the same old Angels? We have to see. And I'm really fighting myself to just calm down, let this one play out. Let's see what Suzuki can work up in the kitchen. Maybe, just maybe, this team will be better. I don't know. I have a feeling at the end, Artie's going to be like, after he got my money,
Gotcha, bitch.
yeah. But yeah, 16 strikeouts, man. Let's find out who was the player of the game.
Perfection is John Stamos. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Stamos Award.
I think you have to go two guys. I think they'll share the Stamos, and that's Matthew Boyd. 5 2/3, 2 runs allowed, 1 earned, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Come on now. 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts right there on the Angels. And Boyd got a good start, lowered his ERA to 6.75. It was at 14 before the game. And we're going to give it to the leadoff guy who had been struggling coming into this game, but he had 3 hits today. He was on base, and that's Nico Horner. Horner was pretty good for them today and setting the table for the rest of the Cubs. But yeah, this was definitely one they let get away. Another one. Very, very frustrating. That's the Golden Stamos. Now, before I get into the Nacho Night, I got to let you guys know we are official partners with 714, like to the next level, like next level shit. So we are really going to have the discounts for you guys when it comes to putting in HITI in the promo code. So I suggest that whenever you need tickets, whether it's to come see this team strike out in person or watch the Dodgers or watch the Padres or watch MLS teams, watch NBA teams, hockey playoffs, it's all covered. And you could even say, hey, me and the wife are going to be out of town. We're going to Disney World and we want to get concert tickets, or we want to go see a Miami Heat game, or we want to see a Tampa Bay Lightning game, whatever, right? NASCAR. Guess who has it? 714 tickets, 714 tickets. You can go to 714 tickets and still use our code out of state. That's how awesome it is. That's how much better it is. So don't use SeatGeek. Don't use Ticketmaster. Don't use all these other ones that charge service fees. Because when you're on there, you see their site, you're all, oh my God, game time? $36 for that hockey ticket? That's nothing. Then you go to checkout, $62.55. What? Taxes and service fees. But guess what? And guess who doesn't do that? 714 tickets, 714. The price you see is the price you get. So use our promo code and the apply now code online, or call them and tell them Todd Fox from Halos in the Infield sent you, and you get a discount, 10% discount easily, and there's no taxes or fees. So the Angels lose. Let's see who gets the Nacho Night.
So that was really your best tonight, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, the Nacho Night Award.
The Nacho Night Award goes to usually the player that sucks, that doesn't come through. So many to pick from. And if I gotta say there's one Angel in particular, I really can't. You can say honorable mention, Peraza going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, the hat trick. Candelario, it gets his start for the year, and he goes 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts. So you have 2 guys with hat tricks, right? And then you have Kikuchi. I would have to say this. We're going to share some nachos. I think we're going to give it to Kikuchi for his poor performance. And then even though you could say, hey, the non-challenge, he still was throwing 46 pitches in that inning. Still wasn't fooling a damn person. I think you share those with Candelario, Peraza, Moncada, Soler, and Darno and Teodoso. I think the guys you let off the hook is probably Adele, Trout, Neto. Other than that, everyone else deserves some nachos, man. They all get a heaping, helping effort. So tough loss, man. 16 strikeouts. And again, your team itself, the pitching staff for us does not bat. 10 strikeouts. In the end, we strike them out 10 times. But we're again, the ratio on thank you, OSN. I really appreciate that. We love you, man. We love you for that.
Yes.
Anytime you can subscribe, we love that. But I gotta say this: 42%, yes, OSN, the Cubs did win today, 6-2, and they won the series 2-1. But here's a stat that I want you guys to remember: 42% of their total at bats in 7 games they've struck out. That's not winning baseball. They're lucky to be 3-4. Damn lucky. They struck out 16 times out of 27 possible outs. That's almost 70% of the time you were whiffing. You don't deserve to win when you hit like that. Trust me, you don't. So we're in a bad spot, guys. The Angels need to win and get one here back at Seattle. Seattle's off to a struggling start from what I could see. If we want to take phone calls, we can. If you want to, I can set that up right now. I'll leave that up to you guys and gals. If you want to call in, I'll put the number up here to call in. And if not, I will run through the scores in the meantime. And let's get into see what the rest of the league did today, as the Angels did absolutely jack shit on offense. The Twins right now are getting blown out big time by the Royals in Kansas City, 12-1. The Cleveland shitfucks are beating the Doyers 2-0. You got the Braves over the Athletics 5-1. Orioles over the Rangers 8-3 today. Pirates win again over the Reds 8-3. Phillies over the Nationals 6-5. Rockies 2, Blue Jays 1. Marlins win again. They are 5-1, but it's who they started out against. They've started out against the White Sox and the Rockies. They beat them 10-0. The White Sox are 1-6. The Cardinals walk off the Mets 2-1. They're 4-2. The Brewers are 5-1. They beat the Rays 8-2. The Astros go to 5-2. They have only lost to the Angels. Astros win 6-4 over the Red Sox, who are 1-5. The Diamondbacks shut out the Tigers at home in Arizona 1-0. The Yankees defeated the Mariners. Mariners are now 3-4. Yankees win again. They're 5-1. And the Padres get their second win of the season, 7-1 over the Giants. So that's what you got going on right now in the majors. Let's get to your comments, shall we? Because we got a lot of them. We'll blow through them real quick. Talked about Saucy's already. Useless Trucker says Angels fielding errors are way too high. New manager needs to get called out for sloppy play. The offense is consistent in this series, which is terrible. Strange says managing to lose to the Cubs is the most affordable way possible. Oh, no, we suck again. Yes, we do, Rob Schneider. We do suck again.
No! We suck again!
Also, you got the Saucy saying this team was honestly lucky to win 1. 2 runs doesn't usually get it done. Yep, it took a good pitching performance by Soriano to get that win. Man who needs cookies says, I love to be used as a human toilet. Okay. Frost says, I understand the weather was tough out there, but 16 strikeouts today is unacceptable. Along with the simple plays they continue not to make. Angels Fight On says, Kikuchi is a bust being up here with the young guns. Trade him, drop his contract. Angels left on base stats lead the Major League Baseball at 18.2. Damn. Strange says they failed at pretty much everything except playing like absolute D's nuts. They are shitty. I don't blame you.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Also, a lot of good we saw in Houston series with this team wasn't there against the Cubs. If it wasn't for Soriano, we would have been swept. That's facts. MVP says Campero's catching at Trans Panda's game, and he looks very good. That guy could be up here before you know it. That's the sad thing. He shouldn't be, but he probably will be, and he might just ball out. They should have traded this team and tore shit down to the studs a while ago for a rebuild. We were saying that too when we started as a page almost 5 years ago. We were like, dude, we need a full-on rebuild, and the Angels just will not and have not. You have to be all in on it, and they've never been that way. Artie Suck says, I freaking hate this soft-ass team, but you love them at the same time. Gustavo's catching the Trash Pandas game changes are coming soon. Grillmaster says, you get out of it what you put into it. I think Rogers said it best.
Let me tell you something about my guy, John Stamos. So I was able to go in the back bedroom and unscrew the old
balls and running up my butt right now.
You get out of it what you put into it. John Stamos
Choked on me.
He was so great.
Eustace Trucker says Chicago only had 4 hits and the Angels still lost. Jesus says this team is leaving too many players in scoring position. That is why I've said it over and over. You have to adjust your at bat and play to the situation that is presented to you, because you don't think the pitchers change. Not only do they go into they go out of the stretch or they go into the stretch from the windup, they change what pitches they're going to throw. They're not going to throw you the same thing from the windup as they do in the stretch. So you have to understand that they're going to attack you differently. So you have to change your mindset to adjust to them. And the Angels are very poor at that. Peraza is like a pinball machine. Just get a fat guy out there laying down and the same result. 85% strikeout rate. Now it's a little too high. Quintero says, get rid of Candelario. Give us Guzman or Kyron Paris or someone that can field. Jesus says, my God, 2002 didn't happen. Many of those real-life old guys would be traumatized. Look at those stats from 2002. Those guys all had averages over 260, 280, 290. You had several guys hitting 300. You just don't get that nowadays at all in any of the league, because the league is just too analytics driven. Tucker Flint looks good for the Trash Pandas game. MVP says Perry Manassian will make changes soon. I'm pretty sure before the end of April there will be some changes. The average team strikes out 8 times and isn't even the Angels' low number. That's true. They have not hit 8. 9 is the low. Also, pitch clock not required when playing the Angels. Patrick Carrillo says, Todd, I know it will cheer you up. Balls in my mouth. I think it's something like, let's see if I didn't lose it right here. Oh, yeah. Wait. It was right there. Where is it? Always one show. I always lose
For
it.
you to check out what I want. I want balls and
John Stamos.
Andrew says, hey, Todd, can you remind everyone who the problem is? Oh, yeah. Let me get to that right away. The problem is this man.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's me.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Oh no. What happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
Mariners are off to a shitty start as well, so it might have a chance to win a game or two at the Big A, Strange says. And it's going to be a tough one because, again, we traditionally lose that home opener. Daniel says, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, too. If Soriano keeps throwing 100 miles per hour with that sinker spin, when he will probably get injured with his injury history, and nobody can replace Soriano. Well, that's the hope, that he doesn't do that he's able to mix up his pitches good enough to where he doesn't have to overthrow. Thank you again, OSN, for subbing to the channel. We love you for that. Strange says the whole team deserves the nachos. Patrick Carrillo says Artie gets the entire toilet bowl of nachos. Artie Sucks says, was so frustrating watching the Angels try to go for the fences against the wind. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's sort of like even football teams get that stupid and think that they can outthink the weather or outthink the conditions. And you'll see in a football game where the wind is blowing just out this crazy to either the west or east of the field goal post, and they still have them out there like, hey, let's kick a field goal. It's like, no, go for it. The game doesn't dictate kicking field goals. You're just ruining a drive. Let's see. Frostblaze says, even with all the BS, the boys should have been coming home over 500. That's true. That is the sad thing. Andrew says, how's your buddy Terry Smith doing? Did he have a good road trip van experience? Out of here. He was on the show the other night, Andrew. You missed it. Let's see. Also, the Angels suck says Trout making an error for the first time in 4 years. Q Lombardi. I hate or I'm late. What up, Todd? I want Los Cholos tacos. That's going to be there Friday, and Saturday will be there. We'll be there Friday and Saturday. Friday we'll have Los Cholos tacos with Halo Tease's first what is it called? Tailgate. Plus, he's going to have some like mystery pizza from Anaheim. So you're going to have pizza and freaking Los Cholos tacos. And then on Saturday, you're going to have my boy Aaron from freaking Mezzo Wings doing a bunch of wings, onion rings, fries. We'll have drinks. It's going to be great. Come out to the Big A. Look for the Heedy flag. You'll see us and have a good time for sure. But I do owe you a little what the hell is going on out there. Strange also says, might as well make John Stamos manager. Fuck it. Also, how many Angel home runs do you think were robbed by the wind in Chicago? I think there was at least 4 to 5 that were hit deep enough at any other time in Wrigley Field that would have left. The problem is, I think Chicago had about a half dozen or more that would have left Wrigley Field at any other time. So I think either way you would have lost this series with the way that the contact was. They didn't have too many opportunities to hit those deep because they were too busy striking out. Patrick Creel says, are you in the same seat as last year? Should I do the balls? Yes, you should. And yes, I am. Andrew Johnson says, hey, Todd, let's take a ride with Honda. That reminds me. After this show, I will upload a Honda commercial, and that way we can do a little segue. When I get a little thirsty and I want a little drink, I could have the drink ready and be like, hey, let's take a ride with Honda. Or I could be like, hey, let's do nacho night, but first, let's take a ride with Honda. Or I could just queue up a highlight and be like, yeah, let's see how the Angels got a couple runs tonight, but first, let's take a ride with Honda. Now that is like the best. And I tried last year to get that don't strike out, just swing away, that depression suicide commercial. And I could never find it online. I was so pissed off. I really, really wanted to get that that commercial and just screw with it on here, but didn't work. Because I would have probably had Randy edit it to where the kid strikes out, and then we all know the result. It would have turned from a positive commercial to a very negative one very fast. Patrick says, I've got an Acura. That's a Honda. I'm sure you do. Grillmaster says, here comes the pitch. And now a word from Jack in the Box. Run fast and turn left unless you're going to the Honda Center. But don't worry.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
And look ahead for that, because we will have a show, I want to say, coming live tomorrow night. And that's going to be with Fernando and Vince. And yes, you can call in. If you call in right now, Grillmaster, we can put you on. So we will take a look at the upcoming series here for the Angels versus the Mariners. They're going to get more in depth on it. I think I'll just go to who they're going to play tomorrow. And tomorrow night's game, you're going to have Brian Wu, who has dominated the Angels in the past. He has pitched very good against the Angels. And then you got Reed Detmers, who's coming off a meh performance. So you got Reed Detmers coming in there. He pitched 4 2/3, got a no decision his last start out. Wu got a no decision his last start out as well. But he pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts in that one. So that's going to be a tough lineup. The Mariners are still missing Crawford, and I believe that's it. Master Boney won't make it either. My favorite name in baseball, Master Boney, won't be there. The Angels are still without the regulars, Grissom, Yates, Joyce, Manoah, and Grayson Rodriguez. So right there, you're missing the back end of your bullpen and the starting, I guess, the bookends of the rotation. You're missing one of your, I guess, 2 best starters in Grayson Rodriguez and Alex Manoah, maybe at your 5th, because obviously Johnson's not ready, or at least had those, the bad start. Hey.
Hey, it's Grill.
What's up, Grillmaster?
Not much. That game did not go as planned today, that's for sure.
No, it did not.
Any word on tickets?
I should have some tickets. So, see, I had the meeting with Ron yesterday, and he's getting the ticket packages together because the rates have gone up. But I should know. I know I told you it was supposed to be yesterday, but I still won't know till tomorrow. I got to text Alejandra tonight. She's gonna let me know, so I should know tomorrow. And I'll message you if I have any. I'll send them to you because you have a ballpark app, right?
I do have the ballpark app. I'm going to ask for 2 since only one of my friends said he was able to go with.
Yeah, if I get 2, I'll send them your way, dude. Because I gotta get.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, man. I promised you, but yeah, man, 16 strikeouts today, dude. What the hell's going on?
Look, they're just like me in the dating scene, swinging them in.
Yeah, you got too loud of background, but I'll get back in touch with you, okay, bro?
All right, thanks, Todd. Go Angels.
Go Angels. All right, there's Grill Master right there. I don't know what the hell that was in the background, but that was loud as hell. So yeah, you got the 3-game series with the Mariners, and then an interesting interleague type matchup with the Atlanta Braves. The Braves will be 3 games. So if you've never seen the Braves before, I suggest you come out to the Big A for that 3-game series. Because they only come they come every other year. But it's always cool to see a different team. It really is. No matter who's on the team. Like even if the Marlins were to come or something, you want to go see those teams. It's just a different vibe. It's not the same vibe. It's pretty cool. So those it's gonna be a big series too with Seattle. Seattle being the rivals. So we'll see how they do. One other thing I want to say before we end the show here is, I used to look forward to taking, like, say, for instance, right now, how we have early games and, where we have getaway games where sometimes it'd be like in Detroit or Cincinnati when we go there, or Chicago, like today. And then even this upcoming Wednesday, the fans get a very good opportunity to see a rare day game that's not on a Sunday. Where they used to call it a workman's special or a blue collar special, and you go down to the stadium and check the game out. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, bud, what's going on?
Is this Marsha?
Sure is, in the flesh, if that's how you want to view me. You see what I did there, huh? The nudity?
I see what you did there, but I don't want to see it.
No, okay. Hey, well, I charge. I'm expensive. I got my own. What's that thing called when you got your own
OnlyFans
website? Yeah, that's what you call it.
I can't imagine you have too many people there. Maybe for your feet, but
hey, I sell probably about 10 mason jars full of bath water every week.
Oh, that's nasty.
I'm not kidding. And it's not that dirty. It's a slight gray tinge to it, but it's not that bad.
Hairs.
I just right before you answer the phone, I just let one loose. You know what I mean?
Can we just talk about sports here?
Well, let me just say this: it was warm and silent, like a ninja made of cabbage.
Okay, I'm gonna bypass that one. Okay. Since let me transition us into sports, other than transitioning into other things, of course.
Sure, go ahead. Shoot. Good.
First off, I gotta touch on your career right now. I thought you were
what? Hey, you got me excited there, Todd.
Listen, Marsha, I thought you were going to be playing as a twin tower next to Brittany Griner, Russia's favorite, right there. I thought you were going to be playing next to her, but you retired from the Atlanta Dream. You've gone full on into OnlyFans. What are you doing to keep yourself fit outside watching the Angels lose?
Well, I do a lot of squats, and that's about it. But I try to keep myself in shape because I'm still trying to get pregnant. My goal in life, Todd, as you know, is being a mother.
And you'd be a fine mother at that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to it. I got some good childbearing hips. Hey, got a good. Want to keep my body nice and healthy for a little rug up. And raise another Angels fan. You know what I'm talking about?
I think you need to if you want to do that, you gotta tone it down a little bit on the testosterone.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying you have to tone it down.
Oh, okay. Well, that means all right. Hey, how's is Grilly out there?
What happened?
Is Grilly out there? I was just wondering.
You just missed. You just missed it. And he was just on the phone right now.
That's a shame. Someone told me his profile picture. He's wearing like a dress shirt and a tie. That sounds very nice. It's a nice thin white shirt, just enough to see those brown nipples.
Okay, listen. Let's get back to it. I'm trying to talk baseball with you here.
I'm kidding. They're pink.
Okay, listen. We only got like 30 more seconds. I got to ask you.
Yeah.
We had.
Go ahead. Shoot. Go ahead.
I'm trying. The Angels have 80 strikeouts in 7 games. What would you tell the boys so that they could focus and make more contact?
I tell them, hey, quit striking out. You know what I mean? Keep your eye on the ball. Kind of like what I do.
Oh, come on.
You're wearing tight jeans. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, but no. These guys need to focus. They need to get back to their fundamentals. And, hey, go out there and have fun. You know what I'm talking about? I think there's too much pressure, Todd. That's what I think. I think there's a lot of pressure out there. Every season we go out, everyone's expecting them to do something different, and they don't. And this is, I think it's a lot on their shoulders there. But it also has to do with a bunch of crap out on the field.
Well, I know you get really excited for this team. So, you get really pumped up. So, can I hear you give us the old "Let's Go Halos" before we get out of here?
Oh, I was just about to get to that right now, Todd. You know I'm fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Every season, bud. Every season.
You got a home opener.
Let's do it.
All right.
Stop it till we win the series.
Well, Marshall, you have such a lovely voice. I mean, how can you not get pregnant? I would, but I'm taken, so I'm spoken for. So I apologize.
I caught that vibe from you, but you're a noble guy, and you have your woman already. I missed the boat. What do you want me to do?
Mateo just asked. He said, "Marsha, she's here."
Mateo.
No,
Italian?
No,
one of those Italians?
No, Grill Master. I'm sorry, Grill Master.
Oh, Grill Master. Oh, I can go for a little spicy Italian. Right about now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, well, I'll let you go. I appreciate you coming on. Maybe you could.
Mateo, you bring the cheese. I got the pepperoni.
You can talk.
I'm just kidding.
You can talk to Grill Master. He's right there in the comments. So.
Oh, hey, Grill. How are you, bud? Oh, I miss you. Hey, I still got those pictures. I don't know if you want me to delete them off my phone or not. The one of you wearing the bunny ears with no shirt, and then I got one of you. You're wearing a Han Solo vest, and we're. I
gotta go. I gotta close the show out.
That was a fun night, by the way. But anyway, hey, you guys have a good day out there. Hey, go Angels! Oh man, I'm fired up, Todd. I'm fired up, man. I'm getting. Well, I don't want to tell you because then you get all offended.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Marshall. That's Marshall right there to close out the phone calls. Needed a little laugh before we get out of here. The Angels lose 6-2. Come home for the 6-game homestand versus the Mariners and Braves. Like that transition in many ways. Angels hopefully get the W. Reed Detmers will start the homestand off against Brian Wu. Tickets going as low as $40, but you can get better tickets if you go to 714 tickets and you put in that HITI in the apply now code. Now, with that being said, that's our show for today. Let's get into, the one thing we hate to do. And when you lose from starting pitch to the end, you have to play yourself some Savage Garden. So I'll play you out with that. Like and subscribe, share with a friend. Go Angels.
It is what it is. It is what it is.